How's everybody doing this morning? This fine, humid Florida morning, yeah? I'm just standing here and I'm sweating. That's okay. It hasn't been that bad. So we're going to get up on our feet. And I want you to step to the back of the mat, so we just kind of like back it up just a little bit and open up our feet a little wider than hip distance. Morning. And then soften your knees. Feel yourself ground. Like literally, like just a little bit heavier into the heels. Yeah, that's it. And then keep that kind of weight in the heels, but pull the pelvic floor up, pull the lower belly up and in. Lift the heart space, roll the shoulders back, so your body's kind of alert, but grounded. It's a really nice way to start anything. Without our knees locked back and our ribs poking forward like we're at attention in the military, right? Like, that's what we think means we're ready. But to me, this says, I'm ready. And there's even a different tone that comes out of my voice when I say it, when I live in that body. So how do you really want to show up for your yoga today? Do you want to be aggressive and on fire? Or do you want to be sensitive and present, right? Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Let the arms just float up as your lungs fill. Take your time with that. And then as you exhale, let them come back down. Just nice and easy. Try to time it. This is where the yoga lives. It's in this connection of breath and movement. Yeah, I like how we're all kind of doing it at our own pace. As we empty the lungs, the arms come down. Do one more like that. Take a deep breath, reach the arms. And then hands at the heart center. That's it. Take a moment. Is there something that you might want to dedicate your practice to? It could be toward your own healing. It could be toward letting something go that's been burdening you. It could be that you want to have this healing energy that makes you feel so vital and alive, and you want to send it to somebody else who could really use it. We all know somebody who wishes they could be doing yoga right now and can't. They don't even know they want to be doing yoga, but they know they want to move and breathe, and they're having trouble. Trouble bending over, trouble getting out of a chair. Imagine if we could bring a little bit of vitality to the people we love, right? So what could you dedicate your practice to today? Could this be an act of devotion? Could you give it up for that thing? Or could you be really focused on making sure your mind stays clear so that thing that's been weighing on you doesn't continue to sneak back in even while you're doing your practice? So right now you are setting out and you're staking a claim on your work today so it has purpose. And now every movement you do should be an expression of that intention. So again, I ask you to inhale and reach your arms up, but now do it because it means something to you. And then exhale, forward fold, fold right in. On the inhale, lift halfway, look forward, and then walk out into a plank pose. Hold there, let's breathe in again. And then on the exhale, lower down onto the belly. Inhale, show your heart, cobra pose. And then exhale, press back firmly through the hands, lift your hips and go to downward facing dog. Hold there for just a few breaths. Hips high. Legs as straight as you can make them. Outer heels pressing just a little. So you feel the energy of the pose moving back instead of leaning heavy and forward into the wrists. Let your head down. Take one more breath here, and then simply look forward and walk your feet up. Bring your feet together at the top of the mat. Lift halfway, inhale, and then fold deeply, exhale. We rise with an inhale, flat back, all the way up, and then hands come to heart center. That whole sequence is called the sun salutation, and it's in veneration to the sun, an appreciation for the energy source that is right at the center of our whole system. We call it the solar system, right? Everything, us, the plants, is alive on this planet because of that energy. Maybe that's what we do today. We remember humbly that it's not about us, it's about the whole, and we are part of that whole. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath. Now we step back into plank, both feet to the back of the mat. We bend the elbows and lower slowly. Treat yourself well. Inhale, cobra pose. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Whatever it is that you have chosen, keep it close in your mind. Show it through your body. Let your breath be an expression of that work. Let's take one more breath right here. And then just simply look forward and walk your feet to the top of the mat. Lift halfway, inhale, and then exhale, humbly bow your head. Good, flat back, we rise all the way up, arms reach, and then bring the hands right to heart center. Last round, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Go to plank and lower on the same exhalation. Inhale through the back bend. And then press yourself, lift yourself back to down dog. That's it. Keep breathing. Let's make it all mean something. When we dedicate ourselves to something, and we do our work with purpose, it amplifies. Take one more breath here, and then look at your hands. Let's walk our feet right up to the top of the mat. Feet together. Lift halfway, inhale. Fold deeply on the exhale. And then bend your knees for chair pose. You got this. Sit back into the heels a little bit. Then lift and spread your toes, and then take each one of those 10 toes and press them down into the mat. Now push through your feet and come on up. Maybe take a little back bend at the top, more about the chest lifting than the back bending. And then hand comes to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath, and then soften your knees and touch down so the right leg can take a big step back. One big lunge back of the mat, and then the right hand roots and the left arm opens for spinal twist. It's important that that back leg stays lifted away from the ground so you have some stability for your hips. And then just be aware of how you hold your head. The spine is long. We want to feel length from the tailbone to the crown. And let most of the bending and twisting happen in the middle. Push down into the right hand, open the left chest a little more, and then eyes down, hand down. Just step right back to down dog. Good. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Beautiful. Bend both knees 90 degrees. And then reach your arms forward. Nicely done. Now we're going to take the arms and swing them down and behind us. Lift them higher than your back. See if you can sit the hips a little lower, but lift the chest a little higher so you're looking at the front edge of the mat. There, nice long spine. Now clasp your hands together behind you. And then forward fold, head down. Arms pull a tiny bit away from the back so you feel the front of the shoulders open. That's a stretch to release any tension from the plank poses. Squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit, even if it's a little bit hard to do. See if you can get the upper back to activate just a little. Take one more breath here. And then just simply release your hands, and we're going to roll up like a rag doll. So we're taking care of the spine here. We're belly in, stacking one vertebra at a time, feeling how the muscles organize the bones. And then roll the shoulders back, heavy in the heels. Stand as if your body is saying, I am here, and I am ready. On the next inhale, the arms rise. As you exhale, forward fold. Just stay in the flow of your breath. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Walk it out into plank. Once you organize in plank, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, lower it down nice and slow. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. Nice and easy. Walk it to the top of the mat. Try to heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Think about that, how you'd stretch the hamstrings and the Achilles tendons just a little more. Lift halfway. Inhale. Fold deeply. Exhale. Bend the knees for chair. I'm sure the heat's starting to build. As soon as we get those large muscle groups going, the heat builds. So how does that integrate with your intention for today? Allow it all to be merging, all to be in union. Push through your feet, come on up, and then hands to heart center. Inhale, both arms reach. As you exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Soften the knees, touch the mat with your fingers, and step your left leg back. All 5 toes on the left foot ground, the back leg, that left knee is straight. And then root your left hand and twist open to the right side. And this is like an opportunity for you to check your own form, right? Like, are we doing work with integrity? Are we sinking soft into our flexibility? Are we avoiding the tight spots? Can we find some length, tailbone to crown, and twist a little more in the middle? Yeah, there you go. It's amazing what you'll do if I ask you. I'm always curious why that's not happening just from inside you, right? Take one more breath. Push down through that left hand. See if you can get the right chest to open. And then eyes down, hands down. Step right to down dog. We step back, lift the hips, and start walking our hands gently to the feet. This time, knees bend, arms reach forward. That's good. Take 2 more breaths. Sit the hips a little lower. Lift the chest 1 inch higher. Gaze out between your fingers. Feel like your hips are pulling back and your arms are pulling forward. And then go ahead and fold in. I want you to grab onto your big toes. Your index and middle fingers create a beautiful hook. The palms face each other. It's called Padangustasana. And it's a really, really nice forward fold. It's a great way to get into those hamstrings. See if you can work a little bit more by using the front of your thighs, the strength of your quadriceps. If you straighten your legs, you'll open the hamstrings better than if you just try lifting your sit bones. We don't want to endanger the tendons or the ligaments where the hamstrings attach. Right? Let your head down. 2 more breaths. Maybe 1 leg at a time if you're super tight. Find a way to work through it. Let it make sense for you today. And then when you're ready, we're going to release the toes. Let's soften the knees a little extra. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, and roll it up again. Use your hamstrings. Squeeze the back of the legs. Pull in from the pelvic floor. Let the muscles help you rise. And then roll the shoulders back. Beautiful. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway, look forward. Walk it out, plank pose. Hands come forward. Good. Go ahead and lower nice and slow. Inhale into cobra pose. Let's take it back to down dog and into our first lunge. Right foot steps, left foot flat, warrior 1. Ground that back foot, come on up, facing forward. Pay attention to the work in the back leg. It has the integrity. The back heel is down. The stance is long. You've got it. Put your back heel down. Put the back heel down. Perfect. You'll just feel more stable, right? And so the back leg is super straight. The front knee is bending. You're pulling in a little at the belly, and you're trying to get your torso to grow longer, taller. Arms reach higher. Let's take a breath. And then exhale, flow it out. Hands down, step back, and lower. Inhale through the back bend of your choice. I see some up dogs and some cobras. And then exhale, downward facing dog, and into your warrior on the other side. Left foot steps, right foot flat. Take your time. Root down to rise up because you want to feel that heaviness in the heels. You want to feel that fierceness of the warrior, but that presence. Allow this pose to express your intention. Back leg sturdy. So we want to make sure the inseam of the back leg is lifted. The quadriceps are really important here. The leg muscles kind of tighten around the leg bone, and then you can use them to turn that leg a little more forward. The foot doesn't move, but the leg can. That's work in the hip. That's what we're after in this pose. Let's reach a little higher. Take one more breath, and then take your flow. Hands down, step back, lower. Boom, boom, boom. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Keep those handprints pressing firmly the whole time. And then we rise up in the hips and we feel our downward facing dog. Take a moment. Remember what you intended. Remember your work. Who is it for? What is it doing? This is not just exercise. This is a spiritual practice. And the energy of this practice can transform so many things. It touches us physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, look forward. Let's walk our feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. So good. Come to standing, reach high. Let the arms come to the heart, hands to heart center. All right. Inhale, both arms up again. We haven't really touched the side body yet, so take a yummy stretch over to the right. Whoop, I gotta go this way, you gotta go that way. Yeah, it doesn't matter, we're gonna go both ways. That's why I usually don't do this one. Press into both feet, lift the rib cage. Stay out of the lumbar spine. Tailbone draws down a little bit. Rib cage lifts up a little bit. Create some traction. Gaze upward. Take a breath. On the exhale, bring it back to center. Switch your thumbs. We're going to hook the thumbs and pull them apart. Feel that energy, and then go over to your left. Keep rooting down. The heels feel heavy here. The body is bending to the side, not folding forward or back. Think about that. Where do you feel the sensation? We want to be deliberate about our movements. Take the gaze up. If you're looking down, you're probably bending forward. One more breath. And then use the strength of the exhale to return safely to the center. Let the arms go. All right. Inhale. Both arms reach. Exhale. Forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Let's go to plank and hold. I want you to feel the sturdiness of the core in your plank pose. Feel the belly button pull in, the rib cage pull in, and push the floor away from you a little bit. We're going to hold on to all of that core work and roll onto the right side for Vashisthasana. We're not going to stay long, so see if you can keep your legs straight. Unless you're nursing a shoulder, then you can probably keep your legs straight. The arm will get stronger. Go ahead, return to center. So much better. Every week that we do it, we get a little stronger. Thank you for trying. Let's go to the other side. Use your feet, use your legs, lift your hips. The core is strong. That's it. And then return to center. Lower yourself down. Nice. Inhale for cobra. Do a gentle back bend here. And then press through those hands, lift your hips, and find your way gracefully back to down dog. Okay. Now, Right foot's gonna step forward. You step that right foot all the way up and then take a really little step with your left foot. So the stance is a little bit shorter. And then hands on your hips, rise up with straight legs. Ooh, how's that? Make sure your feet are not in a tightrope. Make sure they're not in one line. Open them a little bit wider apart. You'll have better balance. And then see if you can really get your hip bones, like your hip points, to face forward. Because with that leg back, the left one behind you, sometimes that left hip is turning open. So widen the stance, turn the hips straight, and then fold halfway. Ooh, tell me where you feel that one. Now, the outer hips, the medial glutes, are going to help you with stability here, and they're also going to protect that hamstring attachment. So I want you to squeeze a little bit on the hips. Keep pressing down through your big toes and keep lifting your kneecaps. Keep not locking, but using the muscles, right? Using the muscles on the front of the thighs to support the legs. If you're having trouble straightening the front knee, that means you're bending down too far. So lift the chest, straighten the knee. Create your stability first. The flexibility will come, I promise. All right, when you're ready, hands are on the hips. Let's go ahead and rise back up. Take a tiny back bend. See if you can hold your balance. Here comes round number 2. We're going to fold halfway. Now, you know what it feels like to flex a foot. That means we're going to lift not only the right toes, but we're going to lift everything but the right heel up. So flex your foot. You'll be on your heel. Remember, grounding and weighting the heel? That was part of our warm-up, right? Feeling the body weight in the heel. A little flexion. And then place the foot back down. Push with both feet and rise back up. Ooh, I see your faces. Take a deep breath in. Here comes fold number 3. Fold in, square the hips. Figure out how to get that integration. Now, this is my favorite one. We're going to pick up the left heel. Stay on the ball of the foot. Pick up the back heel. Do you feel how the weight just went into the front leg? Yeah, say hello to your hamstring. Keep your chest lifted. And then sink that heel back down behind you. Ground into both feet and rise up slowly. Good. Simple transition. Right knee soft. Left foot steps together at the top of the mat. Good. Inhale. Both arms reach. Do your legs feel different? Yeah. Exhale. Forward fold. So move really mindfully through this vinyasa. Lift halfway. Go to plank and lower. Remember your intention. Every movement is an expression of that work. Okay, cobra on the in-breath, and then down dog on the out-breath. And feel free to skip anything that you don't think will serve you. Left foot's going to take that big step up. Right foot takes a little step up. So we want to make sure that we have a little bit shorter stance, both legs straight, and both feet flat. You want to kind of feel solid here. We're going deep into the hamstring, so if we're kind of like in one line and we have our knees kind of wobbly, this is not going to be safe, right? We want to go a little bit wider, a little bit more solid, so we can just test the waters. This might be enough. Some people can go here, some people have to stay here, but do it with a long spine, with legs straight. It's just about extension, right? So feel the musculature of the legs supporting you. Go ahead and fold. If your head is lower than your tailbone, lift your head up. Look at the front edge of your mat. Integrity first. Square the hips a little bit. So it's going to feel like the left hip moves back and the right hip moves forward. Feel the strength in the front of your thighs. If in any way the back is rounding, squeeze your shoulder blades back. And then push down and rise up. There you go. Take a little back bend, see if you can hold your balance. And then we come in for number 2. Start to fold. You know you don't have to go far to get the sensation, and you know with these new variations the sensation grows. So be mindful. We're going to start flexing the front foot, which means not just the toes come up, the whole foot lifts, the heel digs into the mat. Ooh, you guys feel that? I see it on your face. I'm saying ooh because your lips are doing that, right? That's it. Breathe. Uh-huh. And then put your foot back down and rise up slowly, pressing down to rise up. Take a breath. And here comes number 3, my favorite. Fold halfway. Press into the ball of the back foot and lift your right heel. Ooh, feel the weight move into the front foot. Keep the chest lifted. Don't let the head bow. Keep your elbows up. Keep your shoulder blades back. You've got this. And then the heel sinks back down. Push into both feet and rise up. Soften your left knee and step your feet together. Who has tight hamstrings? Yeah, so just right now in this moment, just say thank you. Right? Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Good Shabbos. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We love you too. All right, right foot steps up. Left foot takes that little step. Come back to your pyramid pose. Hands on your hips. Let's rise up slowly. Now we know this, right? We can do this with a little bit of integrity. Right foot is forward. Hands are on the hips. We have a nice wide stance. We're going to fold halfway and hold. Now I need you to push weight back into your heels and then start reaching your left arm forward. Reach the bicep near the ear. See if you can feel like that pulling forward and that sinking back. Create that push-pull. So good, everyone. Now left hand, right shin. Left hand, right shin. Put it on your leg and feel it. And then use that hand pushing down to twist open to the right side. Now as you do this complex pose, think about your intention. Who are you doing it for? What is it trying to transform? Keep that in your heart. Keep that pulsing through your veins. That's it. The feet are grounded. The heels are feeling the mat under you. The chest is open wide. Push a little more through your left hand. See if you can open the right chest. Take another breath. And then on the exhale, melt forward. Let's soften that front knee. And then walk the hands a few inches forward. A little bit in front of your right foot. Walk the hand forward. Right knee is bent. Right knee is bent, so walk the hands in front of your foot. And then lift your left leg behind you. Lift it way up high in the air. We call it standing split. I know it's not going to be the best standing split because we haven't done a lot of work on that hip flexor, but I just want you to balance on that one leg. Now, lift halfway. Get on your fingertips. The chest is up. That means the leg came down behind you. Now I want you to bend both knees and tuck the left knee behind the right knee. Squeeze it in tight. The foot is not on the ground. Lift that, bend that left leg as much as you can, like your heel is squeezing to your bottom. And now see if you can look forward and balance with your hands in prayer. A little break for the hamstrings. And then hands go down. Extend that leg all the way back up. Ooh, stretch it up high to the sky. Draw the head down. And then come to forward fold. Feet together. Nicely done. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Let's bend the knees and roll up slowly. Breathe in slowly through your lips like a backwards whistle. Just cool air coming over the tongue. Pull it in through the lips like a backwards whistle. It's like going, right? Yeah, how's that feel? A little better? Do 2 more of those. Breathe in through the lips so you don't feel overheated. It's a backward whistle over the tongue. Slow and smooth, cool air coming in. All right. Nice and slow. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Take your time. Work with integrity. Inhaling through the cobra pose and taking it back to down dog. Now, left foot steps forward, right foot takes that little step. We start with pyramid pose. The body should be pretty okay with that. Hands on the hips and come on up. Take a moment, set up your stance well so that you're doing what you're doing on purpose. That's it. Now we fold halfway. Now you understand why we opened the hamstrings before, right? Keep the chest forward, keep the gaze forward. Send some weight back to your heels. Now, right arm reaches, bicep to the ear. Feel the difference between that pull forward and the push back and see if you can make them balanced. On this side, it's a little bit of weight in the front leg, so it's left hip back, right hip forward. The weight is even. Now, right hand, left shin. Sounds like Twister. Go ahead and open up to the left side. You got to keep your mind in your soles of your feet. You've got to keep the stability in your legs. Keep remembering that tail and crown line super long. And then we rotate the best we can. It's not so easy. Sometimes the head moves to the left. We don't want that. We want to keep the head back, keep the chest open. So, if the head and tail stay on the same line, the balance is a little easier. You've got this. One more breath, and then we fold. Both hands down, soften your left knee. Yes. And then walk the hands a little forward with that leg bent, and then float your right leg up. Play with it. It won't be the best one you ever did, but it's just a moment to get a little extra love into that left standing leg hamstring. Then prop up onto your fingertips, lift your chest. Looking forward. Both knees bend. Tuck the right knee behind the left. Keep squeezing your right heel towards your buttocks, right? Towards your glutes. And then see if you can balance, hands in prayer. Both knees are bent. You're down kind of low. I don't know what we call that. Crouching tiger. That's it. Release your hands. Come back to your standing split. One last expression. Reach your toes to the sky. There's a big cloud. Thank God. And then both feet down.
Sitting at the
softly roll up. Softly roll up. Breath through the lips. I very rarely say that. It's always breath through the nose in both directions. But in this healing moment, we want to cool. Make a little circle with your lips. And breathe in slowly like a reverse whistle. You know, if you were going to whistle on the way out, you'd have to have a really good circle there, right? Make that same circle, but breathe in slowly. Do you feel it? Anyone? Yeah? No, you're not talking to me today? Yeah? Or you're just so busy cooling off you don't want to change your lips and you don't have to talk, you can just go, yes. All right. We're going to stand right here. And we're going to pull the right knee up to the belly. Pull the right knee up. You can grab it with two hands. That's perfect. Now we're going to knead our hands and we're going to interlace our fingers but underneath the hamstring. And I want you to let the belly of the hamstring rest into your hands. That means the knee drops a little bit. Now, on the inhale, bend the leg back as much as you can. And on the exhale, push it forward as much as you can. So inhale, squeeze the heel to the buttocks. Squeeze the hamstring. Do you feel the muscle working in your hand? Yep. And then extend and push out on the exhale. One more time. Squeeze it in. And then exhale, press it out. Now leave the leg out there and take your arms up overhead. Crazy good. Work both legs. Work the quadriceps. If you had trouble finding them when you were standing on them, you found them now, right? That feeling in the front of the thigh. Now, keep the arms up. Without touching down, swing your leg back into warrior three. You guys are amazing. Let the leg pendulum through without touching down. Come all the way back up. This time, see if you can reach out with your left hand and grab onto the far as you can on that right leg. And then twist open to the left side. Am I doing it backwards? I'm sorry, my bad. The leg that you had out, the right leg. Left arm grabs it. You can grab the big toe, the ankle, the foot, the calf, the knee. And then we twist to the right. That's what all that hamstring work was about. And then just soften both knees and put your feet down. So on the other side, we're gonna do left, boom, 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 right? Boom, boom, and then twist. See it? Okay, lift the left knee. Just like that. A little slower so you can be deliberate. Okay, so the hamstring, you're holding it in your hands. On the inhale, squeeze your heel back. Feel the muscle. And then extend it forward. Feel the muscle. Yep. Again, bend it back. Squeeze. Try not to hold the tendons behind the knees. Try to hold the belly of the muscle. Go ahead a few more times. Forward and back. Yep, you got this. And then when you're ready, you're going to push it out there. Left leg in front of you, both arms up. I know there's a real strength in the crease of the hip. Find it. That crease of the hip is what's going to lift that leg a little higher. Now, like a pendulum, we take the leg back and the arms forward. Without touching down, try. Bring the leg forward again. Then bring your hands to the heart. I'll direct you a little better on this side. Right hand, left leg, foot, shin, ankle, knee, whatever you can grab. Left arm opens wide, chest open. Nice, Em. Beautiful, Lise. You learn from watching too. From trying and from watching. And you can see what's working and what's not, right? Let's bend both knees, plant our feet down. No judgments. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Let's hold right here for a moment. Was there any semblance of your intention in that work? Oh yeah, I'm glad. If not, bring it back right here, right now. Who do we do it for? What do we do it for? What are we trying to transform? Let's take a deep breath. Reach both arms. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Good. Go to plank and lower. Inhale, of course, through the back bend, and then take it back to down dog. Now, when you're ready, we're going to come to seated, both legs straight out in front of you. Dandasana. The staff pose. What a perfect day to do the staff pose. Now, the thing about the staff pose is that we sit up straight and our legs are straight out in front of us. And for some of us, that's not attainable on most days, but maybe today it feels a little bit better. Now flex your feet. Remember when we were in the pyramid and I asked you to lift not just your toes, but your whole foot? I want you to pull back from the top of the foot toward the knee. And spread the toes out, pull the pinky toes back more. Now imagine your heels were digging down and out. You feel how your legs just woke up? Yeah, I saw it happen. So keep the legs alive like that. Place your hands beside your hips. Push down gently so the chest rises and the shoulder blades draw back. And then drop your chin a half an inch. Make sure that your hands are not behind you because we don't want to lean back. And just sit now. Sit up straight with your legs alive in front of you. This is a pose of purpose, but a pose that teaches us how to do just enough. It's not aggressive. There's nowhere that you're going to get to, right? We're just sitting tall and extending our legs because we should be able to sit, right? And so just feel the space in your body or the lack of it and see if you can actually start to create some. Breathe. Yep. Shoulders back, heads up high. You can almost feel if the arms push that the spine gets some traction. You lift your buttocks a little bit, the tailbone can draw down and the spine just grows a little bit because of gravity. And in this quiet moment, close your eyes. If that feels okay for you, it may help you bring up and in your intention. So you remember your work. Broaden your chest. Do it with your heart. 2 more breaths here. Just holding. Just still. Just being with yourself. Now, soften. Start to bend forward. Reach your arms forward. Let your knees relax. And fold in kind of like a rag doll. Just round your back, soften your knees a little bit. You could even bend your knees enough to pull your heels back. You could rest your belly on your thighs, right? Pull the legs in and rest your belly on your thighs. That might feel super good. A lot of you still have your legs straight out in front of you. Bend your knees, pull the heels in, yeah, and then rest your belly on your legs. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's totally fine. I just feel bad that you guys were missing it. Stretch your back a little bit. It's not so much about the hamstrings this time. We bend the knees, we round forward, we bow the head humbly. And we let the stretch happen from the tailbone all the way to the base of the skull. Find your breath. And if you need to, you bring that breath in through that little round space in your lips. Otherwise, you slow the breath down and you take it through the nose in both directions. Either way, it's conscious breathing. Your work is deliberate in every moment. In this humble moment with your head bowing forward, really call up and in that intention. Remember what you said you were doing your yoga for today. Let's take one more deep breath. And then exhale it all out. Rise on your next inhale. And then lay yourself down onto your back. As soon as you lay down onto the back, let's put the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop open. We've been quite linear throughout the practice, so I'd like you to be able to allow the inseams of the legs to lengthen, the hip joints to open. Let's take the arms up, soften the elbows, and let the shoulders relax. Supported by the mat beneath you, by Mother Earth beneath the mat. When you know you're supported like that, you can relax a little more deeply. Yeah, and if you want to just capture a piece of shade, yeah, I don't blame you. Focus on the breath. And go ahead and pull the arms back down by your sides and the knees back up to the center. Let's pull both knees into the belly. Give yourself a good squeeze. How good does that feel? Yeah? Thumbs up on that one? What about a little like, woo? Yeah. Yeah. It's okay to make noise. Life should be a celebration, an expression. All right, rock a little side to side. And then we're going to take both hands onto the right knee. Squeeze it in tight. Let's hold it there for stability, but take the left one straight up in the air. Make it super straight, like you're pushing out of that heel. And then lower the left leg down. Right before it touches, pick it back up, keeping it as straight as possible. Flex that foot, push out of the heel. Let's do it one more time. Nice and slow, belly flat, no belly pushing out here. Controlled movement. Right before it touches, you can probably go lower than you think. And then bring it up slow. Third time's the charm. Control it. Don't let the belly push out. Contract. Lengthening the left side and then bringing it back up. And then pull the left knee into the belly. Give it a squeeze. And then hold that right one up in the air. Push out of that right heel. Make the knee straight. Take it down, a little lower, almost touching. You feel it straight out and long, and then you lift it slowly back up. Feel the control that it takes in the core. It's a lot easier when that hamstring is a little more cooperative, right? We'll do 3 times on this side. Do it well. That's it. And then pull that one in too. Right leg into the belly. Good. So both knees are in. And then we're going to take our arms and open them out like a T. And twist both knees over to the right side. A little spinal twist, a little release for the lower back if it's been pulling. Try to soften here, not working hard. We did plenty of twisting where you had to work hard in the obliques. Both knees are to the belly, and then we twist to the right. You stay there. I was just helping somebody who didn't miss that first cue. And we relax into the mat, into the breath. As your lower body is turning to the right, look to the left. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, nice and slow, with lots of support for the spine, bring it back into the center, and then take it over to the other side. Both knees going over to the left, the hips turn to the left. You'll feel the chest open wide, and then please look out to the right. Just go ahead and relax everywhere that you can. Try to send the breath through the body. Let's take one more breath here. And then we bring it all back to the center. Both knees into the belly. Give yourself a good squeeze. And then we're going to place our feet onto the mat, knees bent. Coming into a series of bridge poses. We're going to do them with the breath, so we get a little squeeze on the back body and a little opening of those hip flexors. Arms are by your sides. Let's press down firmly through the arms all the way to the shoulder. And then start to lift everything up. Lift your spine, lift your hips, lift your ribs. Pressing firmly through both feet, the heels ground. You'll feel a little squeeze in the glutes. Try not to let the knees splay open. And make sure that your heels are literally under your knees. So some of you may want to bend your knees a little bit more So you get a really good solid footprint. Let's take one big deep breath right here. And then slowly bring it down. Upper back, then middle back, then lower back. Good. We're going to do 2 more like that. On the next one, push down to rise up. And then maybe this time you can bring your arms a little closer together. Squeeze the shoulders under you and then clasp your fingers together. So now we're pressing through the shoulder and the arms, lifting the chest, lifting the hips, grounding the feet, all 10 toes. Knees are not too wide here. Be careful. Sometimes we go wide. Try to keep the knees right in front of the hips. Take one last breath and then bring it down carefully. Upper, middle, lower. Try not to plop the tailbone down first. That's it. And then last one. Inhale. Come on up. Clasp the hands. If clasping the hands feels like too much, then certainly don't do it. Squeeze the glutes a little bit. Maybe lift up off of your heels. So we press down and we rise up. We're creating space, squeezing a little in the back body. And then heels come down, upper back, middle back, lower back, down. Nicely done. One last time. Squeeze your knees into your belly. Just roll around a little bit, make sure everything feels good, that there's some sense of self-care in this moment, in this action, that you're doing what you need and not following instruction. And then when you're ready, you'll go ahead and release. Release your legs all the way down. Release your arms by your sides. Turn the arms so the elbow crease and the palms face up. Soften your fingertips. Soften the soles of the feet. Just allow yourself to be in the stillness while the world moves around you. It's a brilliant practice.
Bowing to the teacher that is hardship and death in my path. Bowing humbly to the teacher who sits nearby, to that teacher within. Test my truth.
when you're ready, start to bring the breath back. Take a moment and remember your work. What is it that we do this for? Is it to rebalance ourselves so we show up better in the world? Did you dedicate your practice to someone or something outside of you today? Stay clear about that. I really do believe that if we can set an intention and continue to carry it through the practice, through our actions on the mat, we may actually be able to carry those intentions and those actions out into our day. So maybe the whole day becomes an expression of your practice this morning, right? Why does it have to end now? Think about ways in which you can be that in the world. You can be in service, or you can be more conscious or aware. You can be an expression of peace and less stress. When you're ready, you can start to stretch and move. Some of you are already up. Some of you are just lingering in the bliss. So take your time. We'll come up and sit together. All right. Just curious, did it feel different to dedicate it as opposed to just do it? Anyone? Yeah. How beautiful is that? What a gift that we could use like for humanity, right? That just the act of doing yoga is an act of service. I believe it is. I believe that what we do here every Saturday in some way shifts the trajectory of what Saturdays look like in South Florida. Because we come out different. My hope is we come out a little better, right? Better versions of ourselves, more true versions of ourselves. And that's really what the world needs right now. Authenticity, truth, reality, sensitivity, compassion, service, right? This is service. This is what I call seva. 10 years, maybe more. 11? How long are we doing it? 12? Yeah? Service. And the way you look right now is all that I need to keep coming back. Let's bring our hands to the heart. We'll close with the beautiful and sacred sound of Om. Let's do 3 because we can. And because it helps bring the vibration to its fullest. Take a deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Om peace, peace, perfect peace. May each and every one of us know the peace that really truly abides deep inside of us. May we use the practice to uncover and unveil that beautiful peace, that unchanging aspect of ourselves that we know is our true self. May we keep coming back to the mat so we get a little closer to that and we allow ourselves the privilege to be that in the world. May we use our yoga for good. May we serve each other well. May we use our yoga for good, and may we serve each other well. Namaste. Happy Saturday, everybody. What a beautiful practice. Thank you so, so much for coming out. If you did not sign in before we began, there are sign up sheets right here. I have them up front. I also have the sign up sheet to get on my mailing list. And on the 1st, a new newsletter will go out with all that's coming up. I do have something new that's just announced this week. Because all of my trips sold out this year, I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to retreat. And so I'm doing something close to home. I'm doing a long weekend. Thank you so much. Namaste. See, there it is. Energy out, energy in. I'm doing a long weekend, October 27th to the 30th. So it's a Thursday to a Sunday right here on Hillsborough Mile. There's a new boutique hotel. It's small. It's really sweet. It's been completely renovated. They aren't even really fully, the restaurants aren't open to the public yet. It's like a new, beautiful little gem, and it's right here. So we're going to do Thursday to Sunday. I'm going to do a sound bath on Saturday night, and we're going to stay right here, kayaking, paddle boarding, beach, pool, yoga twice a day, right here in our little paradise, like we live. Okay, yay, Barbara's in. Okay, it's on my website. Register today. I have 15 rooms blocked. Hopefully we'll fill those, and if they have more availability, I'll take some more. But I think we can have a beautiful practice on the beach, beautiful practice. They have a ballroom if the weather isn't great, that has windows floor to ceiling looking at the ocean. So no matter how we end up being there in the restaurant and in the facilities, I think we're going to have a beautiful retreat weekend. So join me for that. It's coming up October 27th. Bye. Always good to see you, Maria. Mwah. Are you on the mailing list? Okay, good. Thank you for signing in. Thank you for that.